Forget all the reasons it won't work and believe in the one reason it will. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? No big change, right? I mean, we've seen the big drop down, 3,500. Still hanging out in that area. I know we're starting to hear a lot of people get a little more bearish about it, right? We're starting to hear people start talking about some long-term projections of Bitcoin possibly getting down there around to the $2,500 support line. You know, that maybe we could see this bear market continuing for quite a while into 2019. Maybe that's part of the cycle, though, right? You know, maybe everyone's lost a little bit of hope. Maybe we've washed out a lot of those weak hands possibility. But personally, how am I feeling about this? I mean, I've never been happier with the way that Bitcoin is performing. I think that the core fundamental reasons and principles behind Bitcoin have never changed. And once again, I always continue to believe that Bitcoin is the best cryptocurrency out there because of its decentralized fashion. But I know that everybody's entitled to have their own opinion and think what they want about all of these different altcoins out there and compare, you know, some of this different stuff. As always, though, we're going to take a look at the news. We're going to keep our eye on the horizon. We're going to see what's coming down the pipeline. Hopefully, this bear market won't continue much further. We definitely all got our fingers crossed that things will start picking up here in 2019. I think that maybe a lot of people are starting to spread the FUD a little bit, push this price a little bit lower. We're hearing a lot about over-the-counter stuff, hedge funds, investments, all of this stuff, pumping the price up. You know, miners are starting to shut off. But you know what's not shutting off today? We got Samantha over there in the chat.
Good morning, everyone.
So how are you today, Samantha?
I'm good.
Yeah, you enjoying this brisk morning we have? I can see your breath.
It's really cold. There's frost on the grass. Like, what?
Definitely not used to that one, huh?
No, I think it's colder here than all the places we came from before in Florida.
Oh, you know, you get close to that Georgia borderline.
Right? Oh.
So, Samantha, would you mind pulling up that coin Paprika, take a look at the screen share, see what we got going on with the market over there? You know, last I see, there was no big movement. I'm still happy about the BTC dominance continuing to climb forward, right? I mean, that's always a big plus.
Yes.
Thank you, Samantha. Oh, a little bit of sniffles. All right, so let me see. What do we got going on here? We got Bitcoin coming in at $3,475. That's up. Hey, look, it looks like it's all green here in the top 9. That's awesome, right?
Well,
we're up 2% right now on Bitcoin. Still down 10% in the overall week. We got XRP coming in at 30.6 cents. It's up 2.3%. That's down 12% in the overall week. We got Ethereum. That's up 3.3% right now. That's down 16% for the week. We got Stellar Lumas, XLMs coming in at 11.4 cents. Still such a long way from where I remember all of these cryptocurrency prices being at an all-time high. That's up almost a full percent, 85.85. That's down 21% for the week. Of course, we got Tether here on the other side of $1, still at 101. Bitcoin Cash, that would be the ABC version, coming in at $104. That's up 7.29%. That's down only 26.5% on the week. EOS, dropping below that $2 support line, coming in at $1.95.
Oh.
And that's a 6% gain to make that happen. So, ouch.
Yeah.
That's down 18% for the week. And Satoshi's Vision coming in at $91. That's up 4.6%. Pretty much some sideways action for the week there. And we got Litecoin, $24.64. And that's almost a 4% gain, down 19% for the week.
Awesome.
So, you want to look at Steam, or should we even bother anymore?
Yeah, go scroll to like 40th place or whatever it is. There we
56.
go.
Only dropped 6 places. All right, here we go. 24 cents, pretty much on the dot. And that's sliding backwards another 0.4%, down 22% for the week.
Awesome.
It's okay. You got to just stay optimistic. I mean, it's always a matter of perspective. I mean, if you're just waiting for the next bull run to cash out to make more fiat, then this is a time to be accumulating cryptocurrencies. Right. You know, if you're looking to trade, it's a little harder to make trades on the way down than it is on the way up.
Yeah, but there's still stuff like doing ridiculous.
Shorts, yes. All right, let's see what we got going on with the Steam back dollar. If this is any kind of a metrics. Last time we seen this was way out of nowhere, 60 cents. I mean, and that's even up 2.2%. So the rest, continuing along with the rest of the cryptocurrency market.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. As we continue to do every episode, we got to share our tally fund. Of course, you guys know the main reason that Bitcoin and coffee, so in other words, just me and Samantha, are out here is to spread Bitcoin awareness and to help educate people with Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin has no marketing department. Bitcoin is completely decentralized. And the only way that this stuff is going to happen is if me and you get out there and actually do something about it. I mean, if you guys can't tell, me and Samantha, we love talking to people. We're very personable. So getting out there and shaking hands and telling people how they need to start getting into this digital currency now, and that it could revolutionize their life, how it's going to bring down, you know, the horrible infrastructure of fiat cash and be able to make a digital peer-to-peer system without any third parties, which is completely, I mean, it's just amazing how you can see what's happening with the pseudo-anonymity, how we're moving forward with Bitcoin and the Wasabi wallet to be able to add CoinJoin as like kind of a second layer as we're introducing it to wallets and instead of on the actual main net. You know, we have second tier solutions like Lightning Network. People are starting to, you know, get the buzz going about Mimblewimble again. We have the Liquid Network out there to be able to have large infrastructures between exchanges. I mean, it's pretty undeniable at this point in time that Bitcoin is going to become part of our future.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
There is definitely a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to Bitcoin. It just matters on the person you're talking to and how well versed they are in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all of the altcoins and what's happening on the table.
We want all the newbies.
All right. As you can see here, we've raised some money. We've got $93 towards our $700. This will pay for us to be able to get off to the Forbidden Kingdom. It's in Boca Raton, Florida. It's going to be February 16th and 17th. I didn't realize the ticket prices are continuing to skyrocket. So we may be purchasing these tickets up front. Not sure. I guess they're in tier 4. I'm not sure how many tiers they have.
Yes.
Marketing gimmicks, schemes, and ploys.
They're going up like $20 and $30 a pop, though, every tier. So we're trying to, you know.
But as you can see here, we've had some great donations, and we appreciate it very much. Trying to dollar cost average this, looking at 49 more days until we have to have all of this money collected in order to be able to have tickets, have them delivered, order flyers, get that kind of stuff off. I guess when we cross the $400 threshold, we'll be seeing about making the flyers and putting that up on Twitter. I got a couple different designs in the works.
I know, I'm really feeling the stickers, but I don't know because, yes, that's more like just random disbursement. Like, you know.
Well, it would also be to hand people the stickers as well instead of flyers because everybody loves stickers.
Right, stickers.
All right, let me stop the screen share. Let me pull out the chat for Samantha. Pop out the chat. And let's get the camera up. Ooh, you can see the fog in the backyard even.
Yeah, it's intense this morning.
It is a little intense today. But, you know, nothing's going to come between me and you guys and getting out here and talking about cryptocurrency and how it's amazing and completely going to change the world and make it a better place. Not only for us, hopefully, because we'll still be here and it won't be that far off, but definitely for our children and our children's children. Because, you know, I guess it's because I'm getting older. You know, I don't just think about myself. You know, I think about my family. I think about, you know, my son and his future and how I want the world to still be here. And I kind of want it to be a better place. You know, those simple thoughts that generation after generation, the human race has always kind of pursued. You know, we always want it to be better for our children. We always want the world to become a better place. And I mean, that's why we always see revolutions and fighting and, you know, people trying to break off from each other so that they can live how they want to live. And this is just another example of this. But in this situation, we're fighting a completely different kind of revolution. And this revolution, we're not having to get out there with guns and go underground and be tortured and maced and all of this stuff and protest and hunger strike. All we have to do is voluntarily go to Gemini, go to Coinbase, go to local Bitcoins, go anywhere, go find a friend who's into Bitcoin and trade our fiat dollars for cryptocurrency and support the network. It's that simple.
It's very passive aggressive as a revolution. Woo! You got a hole in your face?
I do, apparently. Wow. Well, I do have two, so.
Oh, yeah, right?
I better put those lip rings back in. All right, you guys. So let's see. What do we got going on here with the news? You know, this one was kind of a bigger deal. We got Gemini, right? We've been hearing a lot about them. The Winklevi, you know, their ETF wasn't approved. They have their exchange, right? Everybody knows about the Gemini exchange. They came out with their stable coin, the Gemini dollar. And now we're hearing that yesterday they came out with their app. So they're right there. They're running in league with Coinbase. You know, I'm starting to personally think they're a little better than Coinbase with their stable coin. They're being backed and insured.
Yeah, like they've had like audits. They've shown everybody all their stuff. So they're pretty on the up and up.
So now they have an app out. It's going to be for the iOS and Android. So pretty much everybody can get it.
Everybody.
And it's going to be, I don't know, I guess I would say kind of like the Coinbase app, except for it has a lot of different stuff going on. You can buy all these different cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Zcash. But you can also go ahead and set it up just like you can with Coinbase with the reoccurring buys.
Oh, nice. Right.
So that's always nice. And then they also have, I'm not a big fan of it, but the blanket buy where you get, like you buy $100 and you'll get a little bit of all the different
like
cryptocurrencies.
Bundle thing. Yes, yeah. Right. Where it's just like the top 10. You get like some little percentage of everybody. I don't like it either, but I get it. Yes, it's kind of like, I don't really know what I'm doing. So
yeah, let me just buy a little bit of all of it. I play the board, play the spread, right? And besides that, they're also saying that you don't actually have to have an account in order to download the app and to be able to look at the, you know, the prices of cryptocurrency and their past chart logs and all of that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it sounds good, right? I mean, hopefully when we do get more people, you know, this hibernating bear wakes up and we get the bull to come out and play with us and we'll all go run in the street, we won't be having the same exact problems that we had last time with onboarding people and Coinbase not be able to get it done fast enough and Binance not being able to get people on their exchange. You know, hopefully there'll be such a wide variety of companies providing these kinds of services that it'll be easy peasy. You know, everybody will just be able to go sign up, and the next day or within a couple hours, they'll all have their KYC done, and they'll be in the cryptocurrency, and they'll be able to continue pump the hype, because we've also heard the theory that, you know, everything got backed up, that by the time people were able to get in and purchase Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, the hype had kind of died off already because they weren't able to get, you know, the KYC done to buy the Bitcoin at Coinbase, to get to the into Binance exchange, to buy the altcoin, to by then it was already starting to come down, you know, and then they're just trying to not lose any money. They're like, I don't even understand this stuff. Let's sell it quick. I'm already losing money.
You know, it took so long to do the know your customer crap. All of it just seems so retarded now that you look back. But hey, whatever. Okay.
So what do we got going on? Is there anybody in the chat, or am I doing that thing where I'm kind of like breezing out in the middle of the woods talking about this magical internet money, saying, you guys got to get some. It's amazing.
Today it's freezing and ranting.
Change the world. And you know what? It may have dropped down like 80% in value or something crazy, but
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Just get some more, because in the future, this stuff, you'll be going out and you'll be kicking yourself in the butt saying, man, I had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at $3,456 and I didn't, because I was scared that I was going to lose money, which I throw away all the time when I go to Walmart and go to McDonald's and, you know, pay my
taxes. It's the rent. Your electricity bill. Paul Rouleau is here. Andy Anderson is here.
Andy.
JT Irby is here.
JT, buddy.
Bitcoin Crypto News Education is here. He says, good morning, Bitcoiners.
Good morning.
Andy Anderson says, like I always say, better days ahead.
Of course, better days are ahead. I mean, it's feeling like winter here. So.
JT Irby says, give me the BAT and ZRX parlay, please.
I mean, nothing lasts forever, right?
No.
So, I mean, we have to go through a bear market. And I mean, what we're talking about, that we're supposedly 300 something days into it.
Yeah.
And we're talking about that the largest bear market in Bitcoin has been 1,100 days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this would be nothing. This would be 1/3 of that if we went into that much of a bear market. So we'd be looking at another 2 years.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we got the halvening coming up.
Yes.
You know, we have a lot of different things here that we didn't have before. We have Bitmain kind of falling apart, right? And we've seen through the holding back of segregated witness, you know, that they necessarily weren't for the advancement of Bitcoin. They were for their own personal gains.
Yes.
And then when they went and got too greedy and messed up with Bitcoin Cash, you know, it was their own demise. So maybe now that we've gotten some of these bad players out, maybe now that we've actually taken a year to get some development done, now that we're looking at second tier solutions, so that if we do get to a situation where the network could possibly get congested again by so many users and transactions, you know, we even heard Trace Muir the other day talking about how he doesn't even send a lot of transactions.
Yeah.
And it was kind of disappointing a bit. You know, he's supposed to be one of the original Bitcoin OGs, and part of the problem with the Bitcoin network is that it doesn't get used as much as it should. You know, we do have to be transacting this stuff with each other, even though the price isn't up, and that really sucks because we got to bite the bullet on that one. And nobody wants to bite the bullet, especially when you're always looking at the fiat dollars.
But that is how all the other, I mean, how Dash and how all the other ones that are getting used on a daily basis, how they have the one up on us.
I don't know. At the same time, you know, in a Claire wallet and getting on the Lightning Network and just spending a Satoshi here and there, you know, to play all of these different games and stuff like that, it helps the network too, because you're helping the Lightning Network in advance. You're showing you to use case scenario for it, which is a problem with these cryptocurrencies, is that it's a lot of talk. It's a lot of papers. It's a lot of programs being run on Amazon servers.
Yeah.
So what do we got over there? Anything? I see you looking at the screen.
No. We have
Something new?
Bro, he was here last time. He said, no way,
Hey,
2
buddy.
years, I reckon things will start moving next year.
Yeah, I always like to play devil's advocate. You know, I like to be prepared for the worst and hope for the best.
Oh, he said, especially with the Bitcoin Ben tour, right?
All right, what else are we looking at today? Well, everybody wants the ETF, right? Or that's what was happening for a while. Maybe it's become a little more realistic and people are realizing that we don't need the ETF, or maybe we're not going to get the ETF.
Oh, and they're going to take their sweet time, yeah.
Right, because, I mean, we're looking at, they have all the way till the end of February.
Oh, yeah.
To really say yes or no. We've seen an article come out where they came up with the 3 possible game case scenarios of what they could be thinking. Well, here we are today seeing the ETP, the electronically traded product.
Yeah, product.
This is a Swiss thing. We looked at the news of this a while ago.
Yeah, it came out in like October, November, something like that. Yeah,
yep,
I remember.
It was with the ticker HODL.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the big one. But except for it doesn't just consist of Bitcoin. It has 48% Bitcoin, 30% XRP, 17.6% Ethereum.
Okay, so it's kind of another little bundly something. Okay.
I mean, I apparently it looks like the hedge funds can't tell the difference between these cryptocurrencies, and that's kind of how we're seeing this. I'm going to step back because that light is right in my face. Nope, that don't make a difference. All right. So, yeah, I guess they're trying to, they look at these things all the same, just like when you go to CoinMarketCap and people don't realize that these are different things, that these are, some are supposed to be cash, some are supposed to be platforms, some are supposed to be tokens that represent,
right. It's all cryptocurrency, and that's all exactly the same.
It's all, apples, oranges, and pears. That same old argument and case scenario. But what we're looking at here is that on Thursday and Friday, they've seen record trading volume. And usually on average, they see about 20,000 shares move a day. And on Thursday and Friday, they've seen 53,000 and they've seen 62.9 thousand. And they're saying that most of this was, large institutional investors. So,
right.
What does this lead you to believe? Why is this? I mean, the price dropped down. They're interested. They're picking it up. I mean, this is an ETP, so it's not quite the same exact thing, but
it is institutional investors. Like, right. It is big money, and it is cryptocurrency. So, I mean, I get it is, yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's a positive note. It's saying that, hey, maybe when the BOC does open this thing up, maybe when Fidelity gets their thing going, maybe these institutional investors are going to have their days where they go and pick up a lot of this stuff, get a little bit more volume going, bump the price up a little bit. But cryptocurrency is going to be volatile. Cryptocurrency is always going to be volatile until we have a case scenario where you're going out and you're paying for your everyday items, your milk, bread, eggs, you're paying your electric bill, you're paying your car insurance, you're paying your taxes.
Right, you're paying your babysitter.
Right, until we have it as a stable form of cash, volatility is going to be the name of the game.
Ugh.
I mean, that's why they want in. You know, everyone keeps forgetting, why do they want in? Why do hedge fund and accredited investors and all of these people with a bunch of money, why do they want Bitcoin? I mean, ultimately, if they were smart enough to take the time to sit down and understand it, they realize that ultimately it would be their downfall.
Yes, it is their downfall.
So why do they want it? Well, they're seeing the gains. They got the green-eyed monster green. They're looking at, 5%. Oh, man, I went all year and only made 5%. They want to make 5% a day.
Right. Oh, Renaissance Novice is here. He says, got a day off. Reporting in.
Nice, nice. He's always over on Minds. You got to go check him out over on Minds. Minds is a great place. It's another one of those up-and-coming social media platforms that pays you a little bit of cryptocurrency for your content instead of, the commercials. So, I mean, there's quite a few of them springing up out there. We see the Steam price, and they may not be doing all that great at the moment, but we also have Tribes and Minds, and there's BitTube, and I got links down below to all of mine that I'm on. So if you guys come over, give it the thumbs up, the like, the heart, all of that stuff, it helps. Because then you collect these cryptocurrencies, which aren't worth a lot right now, but bull runs come, right?
Renaissance Novice says, given the last couple of years, I think I'd rather not have the institutional investors. I know. Well, what can you do? Because that is the problem. Is you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't kind ofness. Like, yes.
Well, I think it might be a little too late because we've already...
Yeah, we've gotten it on.
Yeah, we've set it in motion now. So it's, even if the CBOE doesn't pass in February and we don't get that ETF, it's that there is going to be one coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, someone
will get it within the next 5 years. We will have an ETF. I mean, at some point, they'll work it out.
Rose says, have you heard of the living room of Satoshi? You can pay your bills with cryptos. It's here in Australia, at least. I have not, but that sounds freaking cool.
No, we did. Isn't that the one that Fundy AU was telling us about?
Was it? I don't know if it was the living room of Satoshi, but yes, I mean, yes, but there was
quite a few different programs in Australia where you can pay your bills, your utilities.
I know, right? Yes, because that was the one they were talking about. Yeah, the electricity and something else. Yes. Man, I don't know. The U.S. sucks. We don't have anything.
I mean, that's great for when the price is up. Right now, I got the death grip on that stuff.
Renaissance Novice says, yo, warm enough. Everywhere else has been cold. It is 30 degrees right now.
It is cold. I can see my breath.
Yep. It is not super. And yet it's still not snowing, and it's still not as cold as a lot of the other places. So, I mean, I'll take it. And it's supposed to get up to 60. I'll take 60 sometime today.
All right. So you want to move on to the last news article? If you guys got any questions, comments, as always, you know that me and Samantha work here to talk about stuff, provide some answers, provide a little insight if we have any, because we have been here in the cryptocurrency space for going on 3 years now. And that's, Samantha's main job, duty, specialty here at Bitcoin and Coffee is that she's hanging out on the sideline. She's not coming on camera. We all know that.
Public relations.
And she's going to go ahead and she's going to read your comments out. We're going to talk about it together live and on air because we like this personal interaction. We feel that this is something that you don't necessarily get with the other YouTubers because their communities are so big. The chat's flying by and there's hundreds and hundreds of people on there. Well, you guys know that's not true here. At most, we get 40, 50 people in the chat, and we got plenty of time to go ahead and answer all your questions.
Oh, yeah. You love talking to people. Okay. So, Annie Anderson says, only worry when you can what you can control, your keys, and stack more Bitcoin. Oh, and Rose asking about the Trace Mayer proof of key thing. Yepper.
Yep, I got a little note on the side. I was going to save it for the end, but if you're going to bring it up, let's go ahead and talk about this one about it. We all love Trace Mayer, right? I mean, real OG, been in Bitcoin since 5 cents. He said, January 3rd, he wants everybody to pull all of their cryptocurrencies out of the exchanges.
Out of everything.
Right. Put it in something where you own your private keys, either, a hot wallet on your phone, a hardware wallet like a Ledger or a Trezor, or, now they got a few dozen different types.
He's extreme.
But there is a reason behind this because, it's kind of been a minute since we've done any sort of a check on these things, and there are no regulations out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, are these exchanges, the modern banks, practicing traditional banking ideals of fractional reserves? Because if they are, fractional reserves of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency suppresses the price because it inflates the supply. And that's why they talk about the conspiracy theory of, you know, the futures market suppressing the price because these are paper Bitcoins, and are they practicing fractional reserve there? The same exact thing could also be happening. So it could be a double whammy getting hit from both ends, where we got the futures and we got the exchanges inflating the amount of cryptocurrencies out there, pushing all of this down. So with this event, it would kind of put a check on the exchanges to see if they actually have the cryptocurrencies. At the same time, you know, if you're in the exchanges and they don't have the cryptocurrency, it can cause a lot of chaos.
I mean, he's talking all the way down to, I mean, everything, you know, gambling sites like faucets that you're holding little bits of everything, all kinds of your, you know, crypto. Just pull it out.
And then you can. He also continues to talk about, you know, using this as a test, because everybody should be able to have and control their own cryptocurrency. Like, you should know how to store it. You should have control of some private keys. Even if
know how to move it.
Even if you are just buying Bitcoin at Coinbase and going to a gambling site and gambling because you're, you know, you like to gamble or whatever.
Like
you don't care about Bitcoin. You don't care about cryptocurrency. Well, what happens when you do get the big win?
Do you know for sure you can get it out?
Right. Do you know that you could actually hold on to it and cash it out in maybe some smaller increments so you don't have to do all of the taxes? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you won $100,000, I'd want to cash out $7,000 or $10,000 at a time.
Yes.
Across several months. I wouldn't want to have to cash it all out.
Oh, you mean you trying to get down the $10,000 area? I got you.
So it's just, I don't know. It's always good practice to educate yourself when it comes to these cryptocurrency things. You know, if it's hardware wallets or exchanges or how you're purchasing it.
I mean, yeah.
I just wonder how much movement he's actually going to get. How many people are going to follow along with this?
Yeah.
You know, and then even if it does go bad, I mean, yes, it could suppress the price. It could make it worse.
Yeah.
But it would be short-lived.
Yes, it would.
And it would start to delegate some of the good players from the bad players.
Yeah. Oh, Joshua Thomas Hanson is here now. He says, get money off exchange. It will make the space more resilient. If Binance or Coinbase went down, hardware wallets will soften the collapse. And he says, but he doesn't think the movement to withdraw will be that big. But it is cool.
Yeah.
And Andy Anderson is saying that too, that he doesn't think enough will participate. I know, like, that is the problem. Is everybody has to get off their butts and actually, like, do it. And
that, I mean, they're saying the same exact sentiment I was just feeling, because it's kind of like, if you already know enough to have your own private keys and this kind of stuff, you already aren't keeping it on the exchange, or you're keeping a small percentage on the exchange because you got some stop losses and it's a high risk investment.
I mean, just like, we watched almost all the Trace Mayer interviews, so I'm not sure which one it was. But how he brought up the dude with the AT&T and how he's suing AT&T for the phone and how it was the $25 million and blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, like, that dude should have tested the withdraw and, like, you know, but it's like, that's what I mean. I would like to think that there's not a large portion of people that are holding large amounts of money on gambling sites, exchanges, like weird websites, something that you can withdraw from, but you never know. I mean, yes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know how we started in the beginning is that we got that first $100 from Coinbase. Yes. And then we moved it around everywhere. We opened up 5 or 6 different wallets. Yes. We went to 2 different exchanges. Like, we practiced, you know, what to do and how to make, you know, movements and withdrawals and trades and set stop losses. And we used that first $100 as an educational, you know, $100, not as our initial investment into Bitcoin. So I guess not a lot of people do that. You know, a lot of people go to Coinbase, buy it, and let it sit right there, and they think that they're doing the best that they can do. But when we got into it, I mean, I was in it a lot for educating myself and understanding this network and being able to utilize it
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was like world changing. So it was. I just want to learn how to do all of this. And what is this? And oh my god!
I didn't want to think that there was something on the network that I wasn't capable of understanding. And I mean, when they first started coming out with the ERC20 tokens on Ethereum and learning how to store them and withdraw them off your MetaMask, and
yeah. I mean, you're right. I guess we do a lot of hands-on.
All right. So what's the last news story we got right now here going today is we got BTC mining in Iran. Possibly, maybe. Good idea. Trying. I mean, it looks like they're trying because they got cheap power. So we're looking at 0.006 of a cent, so 0.6 of a cent
per kilowatt hour.
Per kilowatt hour. So I mean, we're seeing miners shutting off everywhere. We're seeing them selling really cheap secondhand in China. And now here we are people looking at Iran. They're saying they got really cheap power, but they got a problem. They can't really import these miners. There's no Bitmain over in Iran making these things so they can drive them across the street and plug them in like they do with China.
Yeah.
But we got some investors that are trying to make it happen, right? They're trying to get people to look at it, but they're also seeing they got more problems because during the import of this, there's a branch of the government that's kind of patrolling the borders and stuff, and they're not necessarily letting them in. I guess it's like a hit or miss. It's a little bit of an extortion type of situation from what I'm getting.
Right? You didn't really notice? Awesome. Or, oh, you noticed what these were.
They also go on to continue to cite U.S. regulations, keeping U.S. investors out of it. But, I mean, we're also looking at China is usually where we think of the most cheapest electricity because of their hydro dams. We think of them having the best advantage for Bitcoin mining because they are making them in there in China, driving them across the street and plugging them in at these hydro dams.
Yes, right.
But Iran is able to beat their power price because in China they're looking at during the high water seasons that it's 2 cents, and during the dry seasons that it's 4 cents. So when you're looking at 0.6 of a cent steady across the year, and you're looking at these falling Bitcoin prices, and now you're seeing that you're able to buy secondhand cheap mining equipment from China if you can somehow get it across the border, they're saying that this is a wonderful business opportunity. Or in the article, they were talking about how they're trying to get people to invest. They were talking about some guy who's already done 2,000 miners and set it up like this.
He has a little baby farm going,
So to me, it just goes to show more of the resilience. We've heard a lot of people talking about how there's so many miners shutting off, and that is the beginning of a death spiral with Bitcoin, where so many miners shut off that it turns into forever to be able to mine the next block, and that there will cause more people to want to sell and drop off and all of these other things.
I think people just underestimate how many people in this world really don't make very much money. And I mean, seriously.
I mean, that is true. I mean, a lot of people in America, they think that.
And I mean, even like the UK, and I mean, more social, actual, UN nations and stuff, like those countries really don't realize that there are people that are living off cents.
There is a lot of unfortunate, ness that happens in the world, and money isn't spread equally across the world. That's why we talk about with Bitcoin, it will make the world more equal. The people in Venezuela and the people in Iran and the people in Southeast Asia and everything. A Satoshi will be worth the same to them as a Satoshi is worth to me in the United States, as it is to the guy in London, as it is to the guy in Australia. That's when the world will become a better place. When we don't have situations where the US dollar and people think they should go to work and be making $100 plus a day. And then we have people over in Venezuela that are working the entire month for a couple dollars.
I just kind of think like the Jurassic Park where, the scientist of life will find a way. I really think Bitcoin will find a way. I don't think it matters what price it is. I think that it literally will have a value to some class on this planet at all points in time. Because even if it's $1, a cent, an anything, a Bitcoin, it will be worth something to someone and they will use it.
I don't think it's someone. I mean, it's these countries with failing fiat cash that this is occurring, where they're starting to find the value in Bitcoin. And these countries are becoming more and more. Like every single year, there's another country that has some sort of fiat crisis and people are turning into cryptocurrency. And yes, everyone talks about the US dollar, but the US dollar could be a ways away. These picking up these third world countries like Venezuela and Iran and all of this. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great start. There is a need. We have a use case. They're utilizing the network. What more could we really be asking for at this point in time? Everything doesn't need to be today. You know, we've seen what happened when we go and rush all of this. We get a bunch of greedy people in here pumping the price up, trying to manipulate the market, throwing out ICOs left and right, scamming everyone. And now here we are in a bear market that's lasted 300 days, and everyone's thinking, oh my God, this is never going to end.
Yes.
Well, we did it to ourselves, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do we got going on here in the chat, Samantha?
Nothing really. Andy Anderson says that he still has 0.00008 of BTC on Poloniex. Can't get that little amount off. We do have some big, like, yes, I think your Poloniex and your other.
Yeah, I stopped with the KYC.
There's a couple that have a few.
They keep those Doge or whatever that was left there.
And I was like, yeah, you take that 30 cents. You can have it. That's it.
That's it. All right, you guys. As always, I got tools, links, and affiliation codes listed down there below to help you guys figure out these cryptocurrency market. You know, that's exactly what I have saved in my bookmarks. I think I do need to go through it. I think I have a few more that I haven't added to it. I think there's a couple older ones that I think I can go ahead and delete out there because, as always, the cryptocurrency space is constantly changing, and we're constantly having to look at different stuff as we look to the horizon of what's happening next in cryptocurrency and coming down the pipeline. I got a free email help desk. I think that's one of my best tools. It hasn't been utilized all that much lately. We're all a bunch of OGs that are hanging out here now. We're pretty much just talking about awareness and practicing my skills so that I can get out there and be able to spread adoption and awareness at the Forbidden Kingdom. I got Tally Fund for that one. But you can hit me up on my free email help desk at eugeneforce20@gmail.com. You can also hit me up on Twitter. A lot of people like to do that just to chit chat. I've been doing a lot more of chit chatting on Twitter than I've been doing answering help desk questions. I got links to other different social media down there below, like I had mentioned earlier, that you can go over, follow me at, and give them the thumbs up, the like, the heart, all that good stuff. It helps out the channel. As always, I have those donational addresses, and that helps us out here on the channel with equipment, microphones, cameras, wires. We need to upgrade this stuff, as always, all the time. We also have the Tally Fund. Like I said, that spreads Bitcoin awareness. That's what's going to help us make stickers, flyers, stuff like that. Get out to this musical festival, pay for our gas in order to get down there. We're going to pay for our motel room. We're also pitching in too because everybody has to do their part. But that's why we talk about Bitcoin and Coffee being a nonprofit organization, because we don't take any of this money and stick it in our retirement fund. We don't put it in our pocket. We don't pay our bills with it. We use all of this money to help spread the advancement of Bitcoin and Bitcoin awareness, because pretty much that's what I feel is going to make a difference in the end. The more people we turn on to Bitcoin, the stronger the Bitcoin network's going to get.
Yes.
And even if they are just a hodler, someone else is going to be a user and utilize the network. As always, you guys, go out there, try to have a great day, stay warm, and remember, keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.